Just gonna invite. Hey, how's it going?
Hello.
Want to battle?
Sure.
So, battle a dentist? That's fucked up, bro. You guys gotta be nice. Amber, they're bullying me, Amber.
I know they are.
Oh shit.
I'm on that side of TikTok also.
Oh, that's not good. All right. Well, you probably don't like me, but it's okay. How's your day going?
It's good, thank you.
Where you from? Mercedes.
Huh?
Where you
Nevada.
from? Nevada.
Oh, damn, they really don't like you over here.
Oh no, they really don't. Mercedes.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, it is what it is.
Christina, thank you.
Guys, what do I have to do to make you happy? Do I just like off myself at this point? I don't know.
No, don't say that. Brianna, thank you. Thank you, Brianna.
Nina, thank you. Say yes. No, you guys are such assholes. Oh my god.
Bro, I'm so...
Quit, please. Oh my gosh, you guys are terrible. All right, I'm putting a poll up. All right. If you want me to do that,
right?
sure.
As an outsider, all I'm going to say is things that have been done, I think there's been some room for improvement for everybody. And I think you guys is rage baiting. I mean, this is literally just a project of like what you guys did this to yourself.
100%.
You guys 1000% did this to yourself.
Absolutely. 100%.
I mean, you can't be surprised because I'm going to be honest. I don't even know you guys and you guys have pissed me off watching it.
Okay, may I ask? All right, so that's interesting. I like this. I like this conversation. So what has pissed you off specifically? Like what, from an outsider's perspective?
Okay, all right. As an outsider, I'm a mother, right?
Absolutely.
I'm a mother. I think that I have 50-50. I co-parent with dad. I co-parent with his dad, and I will say like just kind of things that you have done with like Bree and like the baby and how you guys exploited the baby was crazy. And then I think how you guys really and then you guys really played both sides of the fence for a really long time. For like you guys
elaborate on that, like be specific.
I think because you're like, oh, I didn't know, like, you know, she wasn't supposed to bring the baby, this and that. And then I think that when you guys, I mean, there's a lot of things. I don't know.
Can I explain that instance specifically? So I've addressed this before. I don't know if you've heard it or not, but she showed me an old court document where it states that she can't take Winter out of the state. And she didn't, like, she basically said there's no court order saying that she cannot take Winter out of Texas. And because of
I just think a lot of your guys' rage baiting has really bitten you in. Hold on. Okay, hold on. People who are, hold on. Let me talk about everybody's. I will say this. This is the one thing I will defend you on with the 40%. This is the only thing I will ever defend you on. I do that kind of content, and I also have a management company. Listen, let me make this clear. 40% is a lot of money for a management company. I don't know what you guys offer for your clients, but what I will say is management companies typically do take a percentage. They usually have chatters that run your account. Right. They have chatters that run your account. They usually have somebody who will help with getting like leaks off the internet. And they post everything. They post all of your content on your page. I will say there is a percentage, I think 40% is diabolical, but yeah, I don't know.
Got it. Understood. But yeah, there's a lot of overhead expenses. Yeah, a lot of it is chatters. There's people I have doing the Twitter side of things.
I just think there's definitely room for improvement. I think I'm going to be honest, and I know a lot of people are glazing Bree right now, and I'll be the first one to sit here and say, I don't think she deserves the hype she's getting right now, but I'll be the first one to say, I think on both sides, you all need to start really taking accountability for the shit you did. You guys rage baited the fuck out of the internet, and now this is 1000% what you're going to get. The internet hates you.
Yeah, absolutely. 100%. No, I think, everyone has some fault in this. Everyone has room for improvement, but that's called being human. Obviously, yeah, we did fucking rage bait and it was absolutely intentional. And yeah, it's going to come with its fair share of hate, but you know, the hate being so not evenly distributed and completely directed at me When really I've had nothing but good intentions with these people. I've never done them wrong. They're not going to bring like a specific instance. They're going to probably talk about they don't like how I talk to them, or maybe I was unorganized with how I was managing certain things and certain aspects of business. But in terms of immoral things and fucked up things, I've never snaked these people or done anything immoral to them. In fact, I haven't even collected really the 40% that I keep talking about at all from any of these people. So,
I will say, you guys, my first management company that I was working with, I did really good the first month that I got on spicy content, and my first month I had to pay $20,000 to my management. So like, you guys, everybody agrees to what their fees are. You know what I mean? But I will say that, like I said, I'm going to be honest. Like, I don't like what they've done at all. I'm just saying, from somebody who does that, man, you agree to the percentage, unfortunately.
exactly.
Am I allowed to ask some questions that they want to know?
Yeah, go for it.
Is it true that she had?
I'm sorry. Before you do, I think I got a restriction, guys. Does that mean I reset?
Yeah, you probably should.
Now it went away though. Hold on. No, it didn't. No, it didn't. Should I reset, guys? I'm gonna give you a follow number. I'm gonna give you.
Yes, Chad.
Oh shit! Do you
Okay.
have? Yes.
Who are you battling?
Yeah. All right.
Agree.
We got some questions for you.
She looks too excited about this. I feel like this is not gonna be fun. All right, go for it.
Okay. And honestly, listen. Here's one thing. I've been on the app for a long time, so you're not going to finagle me. Okay.
I'm not trying to finagle you.
Why am I
Okay.
nervous, LMA?
All right. Is it true that Bree had to pay
That's the
$40,000 to
screen
get into
chat.
her room?
She had to pay
Can you
40.
join the MILF house?
No, she
At
didn't.
Jessica.
Hold on. Give me a second. They're going to fucking go crazy with TT. So did she have to pay $40,000 to open her room? No.
Yeah.
Okay. Who is Emily?
Who's Emily? She's an old friend of mine. Her father was in prison with my dad. And yeah, we met when because both our dads got out of prison around the same time. And we kind of like, I guess, trauma bonded, you could say. But in terms of our relationship, we always had a good relationship up until this internet drama. She was following me up until maybe a few weeks ago. And we never had a bad relationship. In fact, the last conversation we had, we ended things peacefully. And yeah, me and her never had a falling out or issues with each other. It's more so an issue her boyfriend had with my dad. They really got into it.
Lying. If he looks to the right, he's telling
Her
the
boyfriend, I'll tell you this much. Her boyfriend exploits her. And I've never really said anything, but this guy really talks a lot. And I really don't want to get in the middle of it, but her own father hates her boyfriend.
And Holly B.
The boyfriend disrespects the father.
And Holly B. Ha 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 ha.
It's not my place to speak on the relationship. I'm sorry. That whatever's in the background, it's like kind of distracting me. I can't really hear.
Okay. Yeah, I'm turning it down.
Follow Amber if you're already.
Okay. Thank you, Seth. You guys, I'm gonna be honest with you guys. Listen, the kid stuff, you guys, I think if you guys know my opinion on all that. I don't really want to get into all that. But
I'll say this, Amber. I'll be.
OMG. This
I'll just address that, even though you don't want to ask about it. I do regret bringing Winter here for sure, Laura. Thank you. It wasn't the right thing to do. I wouldn't have done it if I knew it was illegal. I would have done it if I like. Okay, so how
but I think you guys like you. I mean, so okay. Going off to that, like we cannot just sit here and shame Bree and like everything that she's done. When I think it's clear to say that like she's really. Let me make this clear. I don't like her. I do not like her. But I will say that she has definitely seen her child more than.
yeah.
And I think a lot of these people, like, I mean, we can't, the thing with the internet, right? I think the thing with the internet is you can't come on the internet and do all this rage baiting and talk about all these things and say all these things when you have everybody literally screen recording everything you say. And they're literally going to clock your shit every single time. I think a lot of people have questions on what your guys' plans are moving forward.
Sure. I mean, very simple. There's a reason why Vale has not seen her kids as much as Brie has, and that's because I'm not sure if you're familiar with the situation. You seem to know her baby daddy. I don't like that word, but her baby daddy is holding the kids and not letting her see them. She's tried on multiple occasions to go see them, and he says no. He makes it difficult. He ignores her. She has to go through the dad. The dad a lot of times gives her the runaround because the dad doesn't really have control over what the son and his daughter are doing. And yeah, it's like she there's so many nights like you guys don't see it, but she genuinely is just watching videos of her kids and crying. Like she genuinely gives a fuck about her kids. She really does. And it's not my place to prove it to you guys. I'm just telling you what I see living with her. And
So I know me as a woman, right? The whole point of like going to LA was to better herself and her children. I know that if I was with a man, right? And if I like did not have a man who like supported me and did everything, do you have plans to help her get her, like, are her children a priority for you also?
absolutely. And I'll tell you this much: we're flying out to Texas tonight, and the whole purpose of going to Texas is to check out a few apartments. I'm going to get her an apartment. So we could house her kids. We just decide the lawyer we want to go with. I'm going to pay for that as well. Yeah, I mean, I'm doing everything I can, but you know, a lot of people are giving me shit for not having gotten her a lawyer and not having gotten her a apartment up until this point. But she hasn't needed it until now. So now that she needs it, I'm going to take care of it, and that's it.
I mean, I'm going to be honest. I think she needed it a long time ago. I mean, here's the thing about relationships, right? I am very blessed that I co-parent like really well with my ex. But I think if I was with somebody who was spiteful and not letting me see my child, I think it gets to a point where like you can't just sit around. Those are your kids. Like you can't sit around and wait. Like waiting's not doing anything. All time is doing is making it that much harder.
100%. But one thing I'll say, Amber, is,
I mean,
to my knowledge, a lot of it has to do with the domestic violence case he has going on. There's certain things I can't say because there's things he doesn't know about that comes with a domestic violence case that are really going to fuck up his chances at custody. And I really don't want to talk too much because I'm not supposed to.
No, I get it. Listen, I built my platform. I'm like, that's on domestic violence. That's how I built my platform on TikTok. So I'm very familiar with all that. But yeah, I don't know. I think your guys' rage baiting definitely kind of kicked you in the ass. And then I think that if you guys really want people to kind of see a difference in all of this, I think you guys really just have to start. Nobody's going to believe anything you guys say moving forward, right? Like nobody's going to believe anything. I think at this point, you guys just have to really start showing.
I agree with that. 100%.
You know, and you can't be surprised that this is happening.
Believe whatever Bale says.
Yeah.
And yeah, I definitely think the right direction is for her to go back to Texas right now with her kids. I definitely think that. And then I think for you, it's like the best thing you can do as a man and to like show that you're not just this piece of shit that everybody thinks you are on the internet is to like support her, support your girl. Like everybody, you know, I mean, you have the internet thinking that you back this girl, your ex-girlfriend. I'm not going to say her name. Everybody thinks that you support her, but like, where's the same respect that you're showing Ballet?
100%. Well, you know what? I'm not here to prove anything to anybody. Obviously, I don't like getting hate, and I'd like that to go away. But
I think, listen, as a creator, I think anybody here would be a liar to say that internet shit doesn't affect your mental health. It 1000% does.
100%. 100%. I'm not going to lie to you and say it.
Yeah. Can we ask why there's why is there no license plate on your cars?
Can you hear me?
Why is there no license plate on your cars?
Oh, let's do one issue at a time. Why is there no license plate on my cars? There's one car that doesn't have a license plate, number one.
Okay.
And now it has a license plate on it, but I don't know what you're exactly trying to imply. But
I'm not implying anything. I was asking a question. I think I've been respectful this entire time.
You have. It was just the tonality you came at that question specifically.
No, it's because they're spamming it. They're spamming it. That's like, they're spamming it.
Sorry if I misperceived it. But yeah, no, what was the question you asked me before? I was trying to answer it, and then that's kind of why I kind of got like that. What were you trying to ask me?
Well, I just want to make sure that you're gonna like that. Everybody thinks you do everything for your ex. Are you going to like? I just want to make sure that like if this situation that your girl's in now, like you're gonna do that for her also, correct?
Absolutely, absolutely. And you know what? Again, I don't like the hate at all. It bothers me, but I'm not here to prove anything to anybody anymore. Like I'm just gonna, Bridget, like you said, I'm not gonna talk anymore. I'm just gonna show it through actions, and if people perceive it for what it is, great. If not, I know what I'm doing and I know my intentions, and I could live with myself, knowing that I have good intentions. I'm doing the right thing.
Am I allowed to ask a question that everybody's been dying to know?
Ask me whatever question you'd like. I'm an open book.
The apartment, did you get it for her?
Ooh. You know what? That's a private that's a private topic. But one thing I'll say is I'm not with Hannah in any way, shape, or form. Romantically, I'm not involved with her in any way. I messed up. I feel guilty about certain things. And I did do wrong, and I admit where I'm wrong. I'm not going to sit here and act like I haven't done anything wrong in the midst of this last 4 months that you could call MILF House. And gosh, it's an emotional topic for me because you know what? It's the one thing I feel in my life
I get it. Listen, I think we've all been in relationship.
I'm getting spam called. But no, I want to be clear on this because I don't want this to be clipped out of context. I want to take accountability for that. That's the one place in my life where I actually fucked up knowingly, and that's not right. I take accountability for that. I feel really bad for that, bad about that, excuse me. And, you know, I have helped in certain ways financially, but that's all it is. And it's nothing more than that. And people are trying to make it more than that. It is what it is. I'm not here to feed into it. She knows I have no romantic involvement with Hannah.
Listen, Jordan, I think I'm much older than all of you guys. And what I will say is I have been shit on in relationships and I have shit on some people in my life. You do not owe anybody financially. And it is extremely, and this is for Vale, and I don't even like her. I think any woman who is okay with another man, I guess, you know, doing whatever for her, once that relationship's over, that needs to be over. Like, you're doing a disservice for your girl by doing that. That's crazy.
Yeah, I mean, I wish.
And I get it. I think you owe her the world, but at that point, you made the decision. You made the decision to go be with her for a reason, right? Your guys' relationship ended, but like at that point, like it just needs to end. You say your sorries. You guys post some petty videos about each other on the internet, and then you move on.
Yeah, but you gotta understand. There's a lot of nuances to that relationship you don't understand, and how it went.
I was with somebody for 13 years. I'm not gonna go, like, you know what I mean? Like, I get it. I understand that.
But I want to tell you this much, and you know, I do agree with you in large part. Like, generally, what you're saying is absolutely correct. Generally, what I'm doing is wrong because it may make Vale feel a certain type of way, almost in an insecurity aspect. And
I will say, yeah, she probably, the reason why she's probably putting up with all this is you doing things like that for Hannah has 1000%, like, her self-esteem is probably like shit and you don't even realize it.
Well, you know what? Every communication I've ever had with Hannah, she sees. So it's not like I'm hiding anything.
You don't.
But I'll tell you this much. I get what you're saying. Trust me. I understand where you're coming from. But I am telling you that there's a lot of things. I know you've been in 13 relationships, but you know, you gotta understand the thing with me and Hannah is she slept on a couch with me when I did nothing. You know, we're together for 3 years. She's done nothing but good by me. The worst thing she's ever done after all the shit I did and fucked up on is make that clap TikTok. Like that's like the worst she's done. And that was kind of fucked up. It is what it is. But prior to that, she's never talked shit on me. And, you know, there's good reason for that. I've never done anything wrong to her other than obviously the cheating thing. I've always been more than amazing to her. And we've had a really good relationship. So she really has nothing negative to say. But, you know, most people in her position publicly getting cheated on in front of other people like that, they're a lot worse. So, yeah, I'll say that much. And one thing I also will say is there's a lot of aspects of her life I really fucked up by doing what I did. And obviously that I didn't think about. That was not intentional. I didn't know I fuck her life up in a lot of ways. But I did. And, you know, the things I'm doing to compensate financially.
But I think moving forward, right? All I'm gonna say is, for Vale's sake, you better keep the same energy because, like, you know what I mean? Like, everything you're doing for her, you better keep the same energy for your girl because what she's getting right now on the internet is I'm not doing it right now, Zach, is 1000% because of what you both have done.
What do you mean? I'm sorry. Say that.
I mean, I'm just saying, I hope you keep the same energy. You know what I mean?
Like, what do you mean by that?
Like, I think I think that Vale deserves just as much as your ex.
Of course, she deserves more. She's my current girl. So
Yeah, she's your girl. Like you got to stand by her, you know?
and I do. And there's a lot of things that you guys don't see because you're on, you know, the only time you see me is on TikTok Live. And on TikTok Live, there's times I get really into it and fucking get consumed by the chat and try to justify things because I know who I am and I'm getting really falsely portrayed on the internet. So it just frustrates me. It gets me be over emotional and fucking be someone I'm not. And that's just really what that is. But you guys really see how I am towards Raleigh. I treat her like an absolute princess. Like there's nothing on her she could say in terms of how I treat her for the most part, other than maybe this hammer thing. But even this, I'm very respectful about it. I just pay. I don't even want to go into logistics. Every time I go into details with this stuff, people make it something it's not. But I'll say this much: I'm very respectful about it. I don't pay for everything, but I helped out with a few things because I destroyed a few things in her life, and that was my way of compensating for it. You know, she was living with me. You guys got to understand when I terminated the lease on my last home, she had nowhere to go. So yeah, that's a big thing. She doesn't have a job. She just got a job. She's a registered nurse. She just got a job.
And just to and so you guys are going to Texas tonight, right?
We are.
Okay. And then well, I think that's in the right direction. I mean, it is what like actions speak louder than words, right? Like, and I think at this point, that's what you have to do. And I will be, but like you can 1000% change your perspective of people of you on the internet if you change your behavior, right? Words are just words without action.
100%. And yeah, that's what I'm focused on is the actions. And I'll show you guys through actions. You guys are going to like me because of it. Great. If not, oh well. And that's how I look at it. Because at the end of the day, I've never hurt anybody intentionally. The only time I did that again, like, was with the Hannah situation, which is why I felt so bad, which is why I compensated for it. But other than that, like, really, I know who I am. I'm a very strong sense of self-identity, and yeah, I'm just gonna do me. I'm gonna be the person I always have been, and I'm gonna stop feeding into the internet bullshit. A lot of you guys, a lot of things you see me saying are just out of emotion, me lashing out because I'm like, fuck, I'm getting perceived as this person. I have to really fucking be loud and stand on who I am, and it turns into something it's not. I also have a very dry, sarcastic sense of humor where I'll just say shit just because it's funny to me, and then I realize you guys aren't taking it as a joke. You're taking it very literally.
I just don't think. I think you guys are past the point of sarcasm right now. I think you know what I mean.
No, I agree with you, which is why I've cut that out a lot. Again, I didn't have fucking TikTok until 2 months ago. I really did.
I get it.
Yeah.
Can I ask another question?
Yeah.
Are you going to let Bree and Santos get their belongings?
Yeah, absolutely. They're more than welcome to come in here, but it has to be them too. And I have no intention of anything getting physical or anything getting out of hand or even vocally going.
I think you guys are all adults. I think, you know what I mean? Like we've all had bad roommate situations. I think at that point they just need to walk in, get their shit and leave, right? I don't think there needs to be the whole theatrical drama.
No, not at all.
Yeah.
The one thing I will say is I love how that's such a big deal to people, but how about all the money they owe me? They do owe me a lot of money, and just for the work I've already done. I'm not asking for what the contract states, which is they should be still paying me. I'm not asking for any of that. How about the money you just owe me for the work I've already done? The way they went about things was highly immoral and really fucked up. If you guys hear the recording I have of our last conversation we had, how nice I was, how catering I was to their requests, you guys, I feel like would have a different perspective on things. And there's a lot of negative shit I can put out about them. I just haven't. I'm not going to do so. I'm going to handle this in a legal way and, be mature about it. But yeah, they're more than welcome to come grab their belongings. I just want you guys to be fucking there and actually give something. I'm taking accountability. How about they take accountability for going about this in a snake way and not paying me the money they owe me?
No. Is it required in the state of California for you to have a management license?
No. So this is a common misconception I get, and you can look it up. I didn't just go into this business blindfolded. I knew what I was doing. Got a lawyer, draft up everything, and handle the legality side of things. But You have to have a license as a talent agent. I'm not a talent agent. I am a manager. My contracts are management contracts. So no, I do not need a license to operate in California as a manager.
Okay. Yeah, I think, okay, well, listen, I'm a mom. My biggest thing with both the girls, especially, like, listen, I gotta be honest. Like, I mean, you're not affected with like children or anything. My biggest goal for Ballet and Brie is that they both pull their heads out of their asses and they do right by their children. I don't even like, not even by themselves, do right by their kids, and I think that they will be fulfilled. I mean, there's no way in my mind that I think that anybody feels good not having their kids around, but it's 1000% like their choices. That's my goal. I hope that you guys do go to Texas. I hope that you do help her with legal fees. I hope that she does start, getting to spend time with her kids. And I hope that you guys start, I don't know, stop rage baiting and pissing everybody off. I really think. And also, who's that one weirdo you guys have in your house?
Who?
The one who's always huffing shit.
Huffing? What do you mean?
I don't know, the furry girl. You guys are a project of your environment. The people you guys are surrounding yourself with. Like, I mean, that's Layla.
One thing I'll say is, Amber, to a certain degree, you got to understand social media on our side of things is what it is. Rage baiting just comes with the territory. Skits come with the territory. I do understand how to do it now in a way where it's more appropriate. Obviously, we went a little overboard, and I'll say that much. Layla, yeah, she's a character. She's not a bad person. She's just like way out of it. She's, in terms of the whip it stuff, that has to stop. I already spoke with her about it.
Well, like, speaking on the rage baiting stuff, right? Like, I will say you guys 1000% got the views, right? Mm-hmm. But not the support. I'm going to be honest. I watch you guys. I watch it because it's like a reality TV show and a train wreck that I can't look away from. Not because I'm going to spend money on a TTS, not because I'm going to subscribe, not because I'm going to send you a heart me or a galaxy or anything like that. I watch it because I'm bored and I'm getting through my day, not because like I'm just going to see what are these dumbasses doing today.
Sure.
You know what I mean? And like, I think that there's a way.
That's, Amber, unfortunately, like, I run a business and that's just what's getting the views, and I'm not going to be, again,
But that's not true. You can 1000% get support without pissing everybody off. I mean,
and that's what I'm saying. So I'm completely adjusting that. I understand, where we went overboard, and of course we made a lot of mistakes. I'm the first one to acknowledge my mistakes. We made a lot of mistakes, and by we I mean me in a big way. I'm a big part of this. I'm a leader, and at the end of the day, what happens is my responsibility. It's under my jurisdiction, even if I didn't, directly do these things. So 100%. I don't disagree with you. I'm changing the way we do things. We're going to see the creators we have and are collaborating with in the near future are people who are positive. We're not going to do anything that's fucking with people. I completely agree with you. Trust me. I appreciate you because you have some years on me and you have more wisdom. You have children. You seem like a responsible person and a good person. So I appreciate you giving me advice, and I'm heeding that advice. Trust me, I'm self-aware.
I think just moving forward, I think the biggest thing you can do on the internet is just move forward and like speak with actions, not words, right? Because you're a talker. I'm gonna like you're a talker, and I think your talking gets you in trouble because like I think everybody's so annoyed with you right now that all of your talking, I think your talking does more damage than you think it does. I think you just need to start like just doing something, right? I think Texas is a good start. I think an attorney is a good start. I think showing up for Ballet and having her be successful, like, a successful mom. And here's the thing, she doesn't need to be in you. That's the beauty of spicy content. You can do that from the comfort of your bed. Mm-hmm. Doesn't matter where. You don't need LA for that.
She hasn't even done that since March. So that's another thing I don't know if people are aware of, but she hasn't even done spicy content since March. Yeah. I'm very fair and open with her. If there's something she's like uncomfortable with, she knows she could tell me, and I put the kibosh on.
I get it. That's hard. I get it. But yeah, I think that's all my questions I have. I mean, you're more than welcome to request me anytime, but I'm gonna come with the questions. All right, Jordan. Well, I hope everything works out for you guys.
Likewise. Thank you so much.
Okay, we'll talk to you later. Bye.